chasing money will make you broke. Dear fellow citizens of the world, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Nick. I'm a career and performance coach. This channel is all about growing and thriving in your career. So if you're interested in that, please make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Today, we are talking about money and how chasing only money will make you miserable and broke. So when we think about money, there's a lot of questions we ask ourselves. What is the meaning of money to you? How did you grow up thinking about money? Was money scarce? Was money abundant? How did your environment impact you and influence you when thinking about money? All of us have different backgrounds, different upbringings, and money at a different place for every one of us. Now, first, let me start with a disclaimer. I'm not saying that money is bad, quite the contrary. Yet, only chasing money might be your downfall. So the question you need to ask yourself is, do you see money as an end or as a means to an end? In other words, do you see it as a tool to achieve more, or is it just the pure objective of your life? Now, the thing I see when only chasing money, and if you only see it as an end, is that as soon as things get tough, it is hard to keep your drive and motivation. Now, unless you try to escape a situation where money was a real trauma in your life, that's definitely something you should go for. Now, if it's not the case and you're just chasing money because of what you see around you, maybe you see people on social media flashing cars, flashing trips, staying at hotels and stuff like that, be careful, because in this case, the main objective that you have is not even yours, it's somebody else's. In my own experience, every time I try to do something based on money only and nothing else, it turned out to be pretty much a failure. For example, a few years ago, I decided to switch jobs because the salary was higher. I was so focused on making that much more money that actually I didn't really understand the job description itself. And as a result, I went into that position focused that I was making 50% more, but I was completely oblivious to the amount of responsibility, the amount of stress that this position entailed. What happened then? After 6 months, I was out of the door. I decided to leave because the pressure and the stress was definitely not worth the money. In my training and coaching career as well, when I was obsessed only about money, I ended up working with clients that were not worth my time and my energy and my mental health. I saw the number and I felt that at that time I needed the money more than anything else. But the amount of problems you have to solve, the amount of energy you have to spend, because these clients might be more demanding, more tricky to handle, more difficult to communicate with, usually don't make up for the amount of money you make. And even if it's a bigger amount, you're gonna feel the pain of making that money. And the tricky thing when I was only focusing on money was that I forgot to work on my skills and growing myself, becoming better as the journey went. I only had that objective right there, the number I wanted to get, but I forgot not only to enjoy the journey, improve the process, and improve myself along the way. And that was the worst part of it. So let's talk about you. These days, there's a lot of hot trends going on. NFTs, drop shipping, a lot of online businesses, for example. If you're only obsessed with money and you really want to make it big, be ready to suffer a lot. Any adventure that you start in your career is going to be difficult. But if the only objective is money, at some point you might lose interest. Now, if you have an amount of money that you want to make, and this is a very strong objective in your life, then go for it. But remember, you need to go all in and all the way through. Goals are great, but be careful about tunnel vision and being close to other opportunities. And finally, be careful when your only objective is money. At some point, you might lose yourself along the way, meaning you might cross some lines that represent your values, that represent your ethics. And obviously, you know a lot of people who've been caught cheating, stealing, embezzling money because that was the ultimate objective. That was the only pot of gold they wanted, and they completely disregarded their own laws, their own values, and society's laws as well. So be careful about that. If you only want to make money, make sure you stay straight with yourself and your own values. Now, that being said, of course, I'm talking about money being bad when this is the only objective and you forget about anything else around it. But let's keep in mind that money is a great way to set objectives because it's very tangible. It's the number, and as a result, there's no feelings involved in it. You want to reach a certain amount of money, you want to make $1 million, then there you go. That's your number. There's no feelings involved. This is what you need to do. And you know if you succeed because you reach reach 1 million. Of course, money is great to give your actions more impact. So again, if you're able to make more money, you can help more people as well, because you have the resources available that you didn't have when you didn't have money. And of course, having money gives you the peace of mind, the comfort that you need to focus on what matters the most. If you don't have money and you struggle to just survive, pay for your rent, pay for your food, it's very hard to accomplish big things in life. So you need that money. Now, the same tunnel vision that I was mentioning before and that was pretty negative, it's actually also good because it helps you focus and have a one main direction, something that you can just follow. This is your compass and you want to reach that destination. You don't get distracted. So what are the 3 takeaways from today's video? Number 1, money is actually a tool, not an end. And you need to see it as an intermediary step to reach bigger goals. Now, number 2, figure out how much money you want and need to make your life comfortable so that you don't have to worry about just surviving. And number 3, create this money goal to give you a direction, but don't make it your final destination. So what drives you? Money itself, you have an objective in mind, or money as a tool to reach more people, to have a bigger impact, or you don't care about money. Think about it and start growing your successful career. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again on our next video.